Start the recording, and we are underway. Welcome to the Ninja Machine Direct of March 2025. A 5-part presentation for you tonight. We will go over some of the changes coming to the engine, the 2 upcoming limited time events. That's right, there's 2 of them. We will also go over some official series news. I will break down the Sharp Tank for you, and then we will go over everyone's favorite part, the new top 25 rankings, and I have included, how people have moved up and down. Following this Ninja Machine Direct, we'll be watching episode 1 of the new season of the Sharp Tank. We are going back to numbered episodes like that. I will keep the chat open to try to answer any questions as they come up, but I will probably miss them. Again, I appreciate your patience this evening. And let's get underway, starting with engine updates. We have a nice climber guy here on the front because coming up first is Archetypes getting an overhaul. So you have probably noticed that some competitors either have the Ninja archetype or Sportsman archetype. I genuinely don't remember if those are publicized or not. They most definitely will be going forward. Some competitors that have been on both Ninja and Sportsman, for instance, Ken Kasugi, have both. And so what the both means is that they do equally well on Ninja and Sportsman obstacles. So competitors coming in from Sportsman that don't have experience on obstacle courses are going to struggle on, salmon ladders and flying bars and special deliveries. I'm adding a third archetype, the Climber archetype. So you probably noticed that I've been adding some climbers over the last year or so. It didn't really make sense for them to be labeled as either Ninja or Sportsman. And I really wanted to make sure that they do not struggle on rock climbing obstacles. So there is now this Climber archetype. And everyone who is already in the game as a climber will be getting this Climber archetype. There we go. I don't know why that printed out of order. But yeah, so like your Yanya Garden Brits and Brooke Rabbitohs, Adamandras. I want those competitors to be public. So they'll kind of do in between Ninja. Oh, there you go. I am going to live with you. I do not remember anything that's in these slides. The important thing to note here is that there are a lot of Ninja competitors who also climb at a high level. Those competitors will still keep their Ninja archetype and will just have really high stats in rock climbing. Obstacles will also now have archetypes, so that way, for instance, Gallon Throw and Wicked Wingnuts are coded very similar in the game. I have not yet put any restrictions on ninjas in sportsman type competitions because there would be no way until now to differentiate between a Wicked Wingnut and a Gallon Throw to say who should be better at what. Now there is. And also important to note, some obstacles and skills will have all archetypes, meaning that everyone is on level playing field. So I've created this matrix for you. I will make sure this is posted on the wiki at the end of this presentation. But we can see here, hopefully you can see my mouse. So Ninja competitors on Ninja obstacles, obviously no difference. Sportsman on Sportsman will be, fine. Ninjas on Sportsman obstacles will get a penalty. Sportsman on Ninja obstacles will get an even bigger penalty. And then I kind of halved it for the climbing competitors. Obviously, climbing competitors on climbing obstacles will crush it, which was the goal of all of this. The one nerf I'm giving to competitors with all archetypes is that they will do a little bit worse on climbing, just so that they can have a little bit of a nerf for competitive balancing purposes. Next up, in terms of things coming to Ninja Machine, if you were watching the Season 7 Championship, you will remember that Nine Hoops made an appearance. As you can see, it is a game where you have to get 9 basketballs into each of these hoops. This isn't the exact one that's in Ninja Machine, but this is just what I got when I searched for 9 hoops. I was able to extend that code to handle even more target types. So yes, kick target finally coming to Ninja Machine after 12 years. We're going to have 9 hoops. Just to give you an example of what the scope of these events are, obviously 9 hoops, as I mentioned. Balloon shooter for all of the golfers around the world. You can show up for all the Nathaniel Spencer joke. This one I didn't even know about, Cha-Cha-Cha. I don't even remember how I figured out that this was a thing. I'm pretty sure I was just searching for stuff and then accidentally came across this, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Kick target, obviously. We'll have service ace. The set of service ace is just so clunky and it bothers me, but we will have it. Struck out is a very common example. Super Dive 97, I'm pretty excited to do. I will level with you. I have been frequently thinking about putting Super Dive 97 in a season championship, so I'm glad that it'll be finally in the game. And another one I didn't know about, Super Touchdown, where you will be the quarterback trying to throw a football through each of the 9 targets. And, I mean, we do have some availability to modify the target mode to pretty much do anything we want, so maybe there'll be more stuff. Maybe I'll come up with my own stuff. So that's targets. This is the other changes that didn't get its own slide because there's not much to say about it. Viking will now have Brain Chip and Bioclock added. Yes, I am embarrassed it took me like 3 years to do, even though Bioclock has actually been in the game for a hot minute. Was Bioclock in the most recent update? I don't remember. It'll definitely be in the next one. Brain Chip will definitely be in the next one. You can play Viking 1 with or without the Brain Chip because it was supposed to happen but got canceled. A feature that's finally coming over from version 1, when you do the long jump, it in version 1 told you how far the jump was. It will now in V2, and a bonus of that is that in Course Creator, you will be able to set the required distance on the long jump. So if you want to make people jump 5 meters, it'll be really hard, but you can do it. I did promise this in, Creation Station, that we will be having a streamer mode. I discussed that more. You'll have to scroll up, but what it does is it live outputs stuff to text files, and then you can use those text files in OBS. That's how I do, like, the golf leaderboards. Is just after every hole, I just have it write to a text file, and then OBS reads the text file and auto updates anytime that text file is modified. I'll put together a tutorial, don't worry about it. And obviously some bug fixes. I've been finding a couple of them just for like obscure modes. Like I think I put in like a couple things that just straight up don't work. So I took care of those, and I've been finding some with like more obscure game types. Like I figured out that the baseline 3 strikes mode just loops endlessly. Course Creator, I found an issue while I was helping Calum, that there were some characters that couldn't be in stage names. I fixed that, and it appears that there's been a new error that popped up with where'd my mouse go? There we go. The default obstacles importing when you re-import courses from Course Creator. I think I know what's happening there, so I will make sure that gets fixed. Hi, Philip. 8.95 meter long jump, Mike Powell's revenge. That'd be great. Yeah, hockey was one of the things I was thinking of. Like, you know how they have in the All-Star game, they have the little 4 targets in each of the corners. You have to hit the targets. I was thinking about something like that. And then, yeah, I thought there was 5 of them. So, yeah, we can obviously do all kinds of fun stuff with that. I don't know how to set up like suggestions or anything. Peeglin, I see your hand is raised. Just type whatever you want in the chat. I'm not going to invite anyone on stage to speak tonight. But if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to pop them in the chat as they arise, and I'll go through and check them every now and again like I am now. And so, we will move on to limited time events. Hey, I recognize that guy. But first, actually, well, for both of these, we're dipping back into the well. And for the next Ninja Machine limited time event that will be starting next week, what else is starting next week? The Major League Baseball season. Once again, we'll be having an MLB opening day limited time event. Last time we did it, it was just like the bowl seasons. There were 12 competitors to unlock, and you had to do a bunch of really hard goals. Way easier this time, and way more stuff to unlock, because I figured out that none of you guys actually want to do the really hard goals, and they don't work, and yeah, I kind of had to crash out during bowl season, so we're definitely not doing that again. What we are doing is having over 40 bonus items to unlock. So what's going to happen is starting March 27th, this upcoming Thursday, which is the first day of the Major League Baseball season, every time you play a single simulation in a day, you will get a Major League Baseball player with a sportsman archetype representing each of the 30 Major League Baseball teams. Literally, all you have to do is show up, play a simulation, and you unlock your guy for the day. If you unlock all 5 players... By the way, I haven't figured out how long this is running for. Probably like mid-May, just to give everybody some buffer time. If you unlock all 5 players from a specific division, you will get a divisional hero, which is a player from that division in the past, so like a classic sportsman, if you will. Like, I think, I know Andrew McCutchen 2013 is the NL Central one. I forget who the other divisions are off the top of my head. I do have it written down somewhere. And if you unlock all 30 competitors, you will get obviously all 6 divisional heroes, but also Ken Griffey 97. Why Ken Griffey 97? I don't know. Just thought it'd be cool. I was looking up to see like who got into the Hall of Fame this year, and it was, well, Ichiro, who's already in the game, and like CC Sabathia, who's like 300 pounds. So I don't think that would be very I don't know, maybe I'll put him in sometime. As with past limited time events in the last few years, there will also be bonus courses with new obstacles to unlock, hence bring the total up over 40. Once you unlock those courses, method to be determined. Yeah, you'll get stuff. And after that brain fart, I am pleased to announce that in conjunction with the upcoming release of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, we're getting more Tony Hawk levels. If you don't know, back last summer we had the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 25th anniversary event, and it went pretty well. So there are 5 goals on each course. There are 10 total bonus courses. If you don't have any of them, you can go buy them even without completing goals. You can go buy the first 9, I think, in the Melon Coin store. They're not that expensive, actually. So you can go unlock those. You'll get the bonus obstacles right away once you unlock them, and then you can either continue to purchase more ones or use... just work your way through the goals. I could have made them easier, I'll be honest. They'll be a lot easier this time. So this time we have 5 additional levels, and they all come from the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 series. For instance, Alcatraz over here is one of them. Which course will it be? You'll have to find out. Each level features a bonus course, and as you work your way through these bonus courses, you'll also unlock skaters that were introduced to the series in Pro Skater 3 and 4. There, again, will be 5 goals on each bonus course. When this event starts over the summer, you'll get the first course right away, and then you can work your way through the goals to unlock the next goals and so forth. And as I mentioned, they will all be levels from Pro Skater 3 and 4. I did mix up the order of them just based on how I wanted them to be unlocked. And I don't remember if this is the next bullet point or if there are any bullet points here. I had some interesting picks. So last time I stuck to like qualifiers and then I had 1 finals at the end. They're a little bit more interesting this time. I'm really dipping into what we can do on the bonus courses. And as I mentioned, the goals will be easier. I made sure that they're very gettable, very easy to understand. So hopefully, with a little bit of thought put in and some collaborative teamwork, you guys will be able to churn those out fairly quickly. And of course, as I mentioned, you can still play the original by buying courses. Oh, I think it's Tariq Skubal for the Tigers. Actually, I mean, it could be anyone. If you wanted... Wait, isn't Torkelson already in the game? I don't know. Okay, so... Is that... Oh, maybe Kerry Carpenter. Okay, yeah, it's Kerry Carpenter. Never mind. I don't know what people look like. Lee Evans 06. What do you mean making his grand return? He's in the game, isn't he not? He's in the game of what? He should still be in the game. He is definitely still in the game. Riley Hawk is the 100% bonus. I think I can say that at this point. It's been almost a year. I did change the last course to 90% goals, so you only need 45 to unlock them. Because I really want you guys to play that mode. I had a lot of fun putting it together. Alexander, did you get that course? Because you said you had like 47 or 48. By the way, Caleb, I saw your message and user feedback. That is intentional. That's the way that Ninja Machine reads courses. So, long story short, you tell the game, okay, there's 8 stages, and it runs the first 8 stages, and then it throws the ones you don't want to run at the end. So that is intentional. I'll just say it. I will reveal the 90%, the last course of the original Tony Hawk mode is Downhill Jam. So you should have 12 total. The 10 main ones, skateboarding and Downhill Jam. You do not have Downhill Jam. I'll probably need to add a check for that. Yeah, I mean, we're make sure ninja competitors who climb professionally will only have the ninja archetype, not climbers or both. That's correct. They will have the ninja archetype. Because climbers will do worse on ninja obstacles. So there would be no sense of, Josh Levin to do worse on ninja obstacles because that would make no sense. Okay. Let's get back to the show. I believe this is the end of the limited time event segment. It is. We're on to Ninja Machine Official Series. Unfortunately, we are, I believe, saying goodbye to the Tungsten Cube. Get your 07s out in chat and your Yoshis out in chat for Tungsten Cube. I am going to miss it immensely. But as previously announced by Philip, Muso's first stage is getting an overhaul. So officially, I am announcing today the first stage. We are moving to a retry system. This is the first time we've done a retry system in the first stage of an official series. The final stage is currently on a retry system, although I don't think it's possible unless you use 0 retries, at least within the time limit. This is keeping more with like what's going on in like TNA, NSC, stuff like that. And we think that having retries in the first stage will do what it has ultimately achieved in those leagues, as well as what the challenge course in WNL has achieved, insofar as making more interesting obstacles that we don't have to worry about the competitors failing once and getting eliminated on. This way, we can also kind of counteract some of the BS that's been going on in the first stage in this era of Muso, and we can get more people to the second stage, third stage, and final stage, and potentially have a winner in the next couple of tournaments. So, if you fell, there will be no more water. There will only be mats. You'll fall onto the mat. You'll run back to the start. Your clock will still be running, and you will reattempt the obstacle. Philip and I have not decided if there's a fail limit or if it's just when you run out of time. That's something we'll work on. We haven't even finished the first stage yet anyway. And as I mentioned, Challenge Course, NSC, TNA, all doing this kind of thing. I will even personally admit I have for a very long time been there's one type of ninja, you go until you fall. But seeing how successful the challenge course has been and how people are, moving towards really big and creative obstacles, I think that the more traditional style of ninja kind of handicaps the kind of obstacles that you can do and the kind of obstacles that people want to do. So I'm definitely seeing why this change is being made. There's still obviously a soft spot in my heart for the Sasuke's and A&W's and flow courses, and we'll still continue to do those in the second and third stage of Muso. But it's been 13 tournaments. It's time to try something a little bit more interesting. So naturally, we're gonna make some new obstacles, quite a few of them. It sounds like we're gonna get rid of about 75% of the stage. And so in the next tournament, we're going to see lots of new obstacles. Hope you guys are looking forward to that. We've been calling it like a between 12 and 13 renewal on Sasuke, if you kind of want to benchmark. And so naturally, it will take a little bit of a while for us to work on this, but it will be coming this spring. We're not doing a 5-year hiatus, but you know how these Musos come out. They just kind of, we wait 3 months, and then we do one, and then we do one a week later, and then we wait 3 months again. That's part of the charm of Muso, though, so, it's fun. I'd also like to give some updates on Sports Roulette, as requested by Kane. Our first episode aired back in February. You can view it on the Ninja Machine Official Series channel. And we are planning on, in April, continuing the show with a more consistent upload schedule. So not all of the code worked exactly how I wanted it to, and we needed to kind of figure out what flow we wanted, and so I think we have a better idea of what we want to do now. So I think the current goal is 6 episodes plus a championship, but we also have some bonus episodes coming. Some of you are going to get to be in the bonus episodes. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't know why those all unleash at the same time. But as a reminder, Ichiro Suzuki, Koji Murafushi, Ken Kasugi, and Akira Mora all advanced to the championship in the first episode for finishing in the top 4. Top 4 of every episode moves on. We also mentioned that each episode will have twists, and that starts in episode 2 with badges. If you're familiar with Paper Mario, particularly Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which this show is themed off of, you can equip badges to Mario that give him, various additional abilities, extra strength, extra HP, stuff like that. I don't know exactly how they work. I played the first 2 chapters of Paper Mario on Wii Virtual Console in 2009 and haven't touched it since. I don't know. It was fine. I could probably stand to give Thousand Year Door a shot. Just backlog. So across various events, you're going to be able to earn badges. I don't have exactly the unlock methods for you right now, but when equipped, badges will give you stat upgrades just like in the game. So +1 speed, +2 arm strength, stuff like that. So that would give the competitors a heavy advantage if they're carrying badges. Yeah, I know they were in Paper Mario 64. So I am also pleased to announce the events for episode 2. They are as follows. In the first slot, Temple Run. Let me cook. Just let me cook. Okay? You're going to have to trust me on this one. Let me cook. Coming up next will be Beach Flags, which I did not make a big deal about in the first section because I have not started coding this yet. I'm honestly not sure how I'm going to code it. But, it'll be fun. Turbine Flurry is the third event. It's going to be the survival event this round, or in this episode, excuse me. So whoever holds on the longest in Turbine Flurry will win. We also have Extra Special Delivery. It's Wicked Wingnuts, but special delivery. So the special delivery obstacle will be moving further and further apart. And that is where we will cut to 16 competitors. Event 5 will be Log Sumo. It's going to be a single elimination tournament. 2 competitors hold on to a log. You got to force the other competitor either out of the play area or make them let go of the log. It was an event in one of the really old Sportsmen. It's 95 or 96, something like that. Kane will tell you, he knows. And a good old classic, the Gallon Throw, straight out of the hallmark of Pro Sportsman. It's been in so many of them. I mean, it is currently in the game. You can play it now. And then we'll cut to 6 for Shotgun Touch, as always, and we'll cut down to 4. Those 4 will move on and participate in the bonus Autumn Mountain course. And here are the competitors for episode 2. We have some track people. I know that'll make Oxander happy, but we also have the legendary Adolis Garcia. You guys know how infamous he's become. We have Mirabella Akunu, who's done very well in Ultima Kunoichi. She is the women's Monster Box World Record holder. Also, some more modern-day women like Hikaru Mori will be in this episode. And then some athletes like Serena Williams, Skylar Dickens-Smith. We'll have Ezekiel Elliott, who was the 100% bonus for the bowl season. And we'll have 2 big showdowns that Kane wants to make sure I highlight. Also Shohei Ohtani is here. Shohei Ohtani is here. 2 big showdowns. The first between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, who's going to be the best footballer in the world. And, of course, the classic Sportsman rivalry, Kane Kasugi versus Naoki Katani. You may be like, wait, didn't you say Kane Kasugi already qualified for the championship? Yes, but he didn't have a chance to earn any badges. So across the next 4 episodes, we will be seeing a finalist return in each episode, or however Kane wants to break it down. I suppose it doesn't have to be one every episode. But yeah, Kane is back for seconds to try to earn some badges. If Kane ends up in the top 4, the spot in the championship will bump down to the next athlete, just like it does in the WNL. And I think NSC as well. Speaking of Kane Kasugi, you may recall that back in the summer I announced the continuation of Proto Sasuke as an alternate history series in the Kane Chronicles. I am still doing it. Yes, it's delayed. Yes, it's coming this spring. Literally, I could run it for you right now if I wanted to. I'm just not, because I want to edit it properly and, make it all spiffy, because I want it to be, a good representation of what Proto Sasuke was, rather than just live streaming it like I live stream everything else. Literally, you're going to see, Sharp Tank in one unedited take in like 10 minutes. And I don't want to do that for Proto Sasuke, so I'm gonna make it special. I'm shooting for May. I think it's on like May 11th or something on the events page. But because you all have been good boys and girls, I am going to show you who the top 10 competitors are in the run order. I am mostly sticking to the official run order from Sasuke 9. Obviously, we don't know every competitor. So some competitors from the first 8 tournaments and some athletes from the period will be making appearances. Number 91, Daisuke Nakata. So he was number 71 in the real Sasuke 9, but he's getting a bit of an upgrade. He did make it to the end of the wall lifting in Sasuke 8. Only 6 athletes made it to the second stage, so I think he was 5th overall. So 71 felt a little disrespectful, and we'll see if he can improve on the Lamp Grasper in the 3rd stage. And like I said, some new competitors coming in. We never got to see Koji Murafushi, the pro sportsman number 1 in 2002, get to compete on this show. Obviously, this took place in March 2002. Would have been perfect for him to show up in Sasuke 9, which is what this series is based off of. So we will be seeing Koji Murafushi in a very high number at number 92. Need I say more? Shane Kasugi's back. We needed 91 for Nakata, and obviously we took some people out of the top, so Shane gets bumped up to 93. Now, if you'll recall, didn't have a very good Sasuke 9, so hopefully it goes a little bit better for him this time. Shohei is number 94. He made it to the body prop in Sasuke 8, and like Kane, disappeared off the face of the planet. While Kane came back 21 years later, Shohei has not. So we will be seeing the return of Shohei, seeing if he can improve on his body prop performance in Sasuke 8. James Okada is number 95. Same deal. Never appeared again after Sasuke 8. Did make the 3rd stage in Sasuke 7 after some very, very close calls in the 1st and 2nd stages. Combined about a quarter of a second left. So he didn't get to compete on Sasuke 9 in the real world. He will in this alternate universe. Number 96 is Takeda. I did have to make some room at the end, as you will see. So he does get bopped down one place. Like Nakata, he would go on to fill the Lamp Grasper, but is this maybe the time for Takeda to reach the final stage in this universe? We will see. Shingo also being bumped down to number 97. His Sasuke 7 number, apparently. That just occurred to me. At this point in his career, he was one of only a few to compete in all 8 Sasuke tournaments. I think pretty much at this point, it's down to him and Superman. Because Amori wasn't in Sasuke 8. In the real world, he had an embarrassing end to the tournament, failing Rumbling Dice. That is not going to happen this time, I have a feeling. And Akiyama gets bumped down 2 spots from number 100. Obviously, he is the only champion of the show at this point, but has not been performing since he won. Didn't show up to Sasuke 5, had better things to do, and is coming off of 3 straight jump hang fails. Hopefully he can do better than his real Sasuke 9, where he failed the Godontapi, and maybe he can start to make a post-Kanzen run that he never made in the real world. And as you might have figured, number 99 is Jordan Yochev. This is half the point of the show. Jordan Yochev coming back to the show In Sasuke 8, he cleared the first stage with literally no time on the clock, and then made it all the way to the final, and then disappeared for 4 tournaments. The real Sasuke 9, very heavily focused on Yamada, very heavily focused on Nagano, and in this universe, Yamada held true to his retirement, and Nagano gets overlooked for some other guys who have already had success on the course. So, we're really going to bring the focus to Jordan, see if he can make it back to the final. Maybe he'll be the second champion in this universe. Or perhaps it will be number 100. The least surprising thing in this presentation tonight, it's Kane Kasugi. 5-time celebrity sportsman number 1 winner, won a pro sportsman as well. And, we can see the very famous image of him on the final, perhaps the most famous moment in Sasuke history. Literally, I'm pretty sure more people watched this particular run than any run in Sasuke history. And then he disappeared for 21 years. In this universe, he remains the star of the show. And we're going to see if he can finally achieve his dream of Sasuke Kaizen Seiha. Let's take a moment to look at the chat while we get ready to talk about the Sharp Tank. Yeah, so Yamada, quote-unquote, retired in Sasuke 8. In this universe, he sticks to it. Again, this is just an alternate universe thing. We're still going to have some of the All-Stars, but, after Kane left, so much of the focus became the All-Stars that if Kane never left, the All-Stars really don't get that kind of attention. So, certainly we really like Makoto Nagano around here, and, Nagano is going to get his chance to shine. Just not yet. Green guy? Oh, for Sharp Tank. More on that later. So, Season 8, as previously announced, is going to have a Mega Man theme. But I haven't announced anything about it until now. Obviously, we'll get to watch Episode 1 in a little bit. But before we jump in, I want to let you all know what's happening this season. So, in Season 7, we had 4 stages and a final stage. Each of the 4 stages were based off of a zone in the Crystal Maze. This time, it'll be based on a Robot Master or Maverick from throughout the Mega Man series. I did not keep to any order. Hornet Man from Mega Man 9 is in this first episode, and it's going to be Hellish Honeycomb, which is Wicked Wingnuts, but Beehive. I'm trying to keep 2 and 2 from the original and the X series. For research, I did finally beat Mega Man 2 after 20 years of trying, so that was nice. I say 20 years of trying as if I didn't play it twice in 2009 and then gave up. It was pretty fun. I'm gonna live with you. I enjoyed myself. I could definitely see if I was an 80s kid that I would really push to try to beat it naturally. I beat it with safe states. I'm not embarrassed to say that. In fact, Philip and I were kind of remarking about how, games today have really changed, based on the way we think about them. And Philip kind of even mentioned that game overs are outdated because we're not that gamers today are coddled, but that we generally enjoy games where we can hop back in very quickly. I love Balatro. I have 300 hours in Balatro. I'm a little ashamed to admit that. But, there's not really quote-unquote game... there are game overs in Balatro, but you only lose 20 minutes of progress and then you hop right back in. Mario Odyssey, for instance, got rid of the... So, as promised, a brand new format in Season 8, and you guys are finally going to see it right now. Splash will better be Backstream or Waterwalls. No, that... Well, we did have that all-swimming stage in... Season 7, so maybe we'll see that again. I don't have anything planned beyond Episode 2. I do have the course written for Episode 2. So, one of the main focus points of Mega Man, as based on this diagram, is that each each of the 8 robot masters has its own weakness. So, for instance, Woodman is weak to Heatman's weapon. If you beat Heatman, you hit Heatman's weapon, and you can beat Woodman much easier. And once you do that, you can beat Airman much easier. Once you do that, you can beat who is this? Flashman, I think. If you beat Flashman, you can beat Quickman more easily. Then you can beat, I forget who the Razor guy is. Then you can beat Bubble. So you have like a set order, and I mean there is some leeway where like Bubbleman is a little bit weak to Flash. Wood is a little bit weak to Razor guy. But in general, you want to have a set order of the stages that you want to do, and you can start anywhere you want. So, like, I think I started with Woodman. I don't remember. Anyway. Once again, 4 stages followed by a final. And the big kick... Oh, I'm sorry. I did mention there's one stage that's Hellish Honeycomb. This upcoming tournament has 2 skill stages and 2 course stages. You'll see when we get there. For the first time in Sharp Tank history, every competitor will attempt all 4 stages, and you can start on any of the 4 stages. I did try to split it up in quarters, like who starts on the first, who starts on the second, who starts on the third, who starts on the fourth. And then you will loop through them. So just by math, we will have to do the first, second, and third stages twice. Because like if you've started on the 4th stage, like you're going to have to run through the other 3 again. Just math, take my word for it. A lot of this, I will admit, was based on, I know members of chat, sometimes don't do very well, and then we lose a lot of people in the first stage, and, I didn't know how I felt about that, so I wanted to make sure that everybody got, their chance to see themselves on each of the 4 stages. Very few people are going to make the final stage. Maybe a member of chat will at some point, but, I want to make sure that you got your chance to do each of the 4 stages and to see, how you would do, even if members of chat have completely randomized statistics. And as mentioned, you will have to do them in the order in which they appear. So even though you can start on the 3rd stage, you can't do, the 2nd stage next and then the 1st stage. If you start on the 3rd stage, you have to go 3, 4, 1, 2. And then you can do 2, 3, 4, 1 or 4, 1, 2, 3. Stuff like that. And like I mentioned, if you able to split up into quarters, the first episode has 168 competitors. So 42 start on each stage. And I did work it out in the code so that you generally start on the stage that you would be best at. The way that works is very complicated. I'm not going to go into it tonight. And as I mentioned, we're going to have to loop through it twice because, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. We have all 4 of those possibilities overlapping. And everybody will do the 4th stage all at once. You must defeat all 4 stages to advance to the final stage, which we will talk about in a second. If you do not make the final stage, you'll be ranked first based on the number of stages you cleared, which can certainly get you prize money, a lot of championship points. And secondly, based on the sum of all of your placements across the 4 stages. And that counts both heats of the stage. So your ranking on the first stage considers all 168 competitors, including those who attempted it the second go-around. Which it is the same stage for the record. And that's what I just mentioned. I forgot what the next bullet point was. So I don't consider this a twist. We will be having twists this season, but one of the core mechanisms is enhancements. So as I mentioned, when you do a Robot Master, you get that Master's weapon, which makes it easier against the next robot. And so each of the 4 stages will have an enhanced version. So if you clear a stage, the next stage will be enhanced. And some of the enhancements include like an extra fail or a longer time limit. The obstacles become a little easier. I will tell you what each of the enhancements are as the stages come up. The first stage you attempt will be enhanced by default. So that's a key premise here. That means you really want to get started on a stage that you know you can clear because you're going to have the best chance to clear it. And then you can keep that enhancement streak rolling throughout the next 3 stages to try to get to the final. Enhancements do wear off in the final stage. Everybody's on a level playing field. And in the final stage, I kind of teased the Jacob elevator in the trailer. It is the return of Tower Rush, as seen in Season 3 of the Sharp Tank, as well as each of the first 2 Pro Memesmans. So how this works is there's a 10-meter tower. I said 60 seconds here. It's actually 30. Once you complete the 10-meter tower, you will attempt a 12-meter tower, and these are randomly generated. I forget if that's one of the next bullet points or not. But you get an additional 30 seconds plus whatever time you had left over. So if you beat the first tower in 20 seconds, you get the 10 leftover seconds plus the additional 30, and you'll have 40 seconds to attempt the 12-meter tower. And you will keep going on and on as long as you can go. Indeed, it is generated from a set list of obstacles. As the towers go on, there can be more obstacles in the stage. I mean, it only goes up to 3, but the pool of obstacles that are available also increases. And the key thing here, there is no end to the Tower Rush. We could go 100 towers if we need to. And even if you're all by yourself, you will continue to do towers until you run out of time. The competitor that does the best on this stage will be that episode's last man or woman standing. Obviously, if, no man or woman gets there, it's based on whoever did the best and had 3 stage clears. So, I forget what is on the next slide, but prize money on this stage. The first tower you beat is worth $8,000. The prize for each tower increases by $8,000. So if you beat the second stage, it's worth $16,000 plus the $8,000 you already won for a total of $24,000. So if you need to know what the total is cumulatively after each tower, it's the triangular numbers times 8,000. So you may be wondering, wait a minute, if it goes on forever, how are we going to crown a champion? And I'll tell you. So if you've seen All-Star Conjusai, you know that the show is broken up into periods. And so will this season. Tonight we'll see the beginning of period 1. The first competitor within a period to earn $1 million will become that period's champion. So it could take 1 episode, it could take 40, we don't know. And I don't know how many episodes I want to do this season. We'll see how it goes. If you become a champion, you will also get to do the super bonus round for some mega bucks. But we'll get there when we get there. I have made the super bonus round. It's very fun. Once that champion is crowned, a new period begins. Everybody starts back at 0. We will still have a running Season 8 total, which will include all of the side tournaments. I recorded a backup golf tournament just so that I had something to upload on a Friday where I didn't have a Sharp Tank ready. And I do want to do a couple more side tournaments this time because I really haven't in the last couple of seasons. Part of the goofiness of the Sharp Tank is those side episodes, So I like doing those, and we're going to do a couple more. Championship points returning exactly how they did in Seasons 5 and 6. Particularly, we will be taking the championship point totals directly from Season 6. So the first place in a tournament gets 100 championship points, and then the top 50 get decreasing less. Also, I told you we're ranking placements. You will also get championship points based off of the placement within each stage. Not counting the final, just the 4 main stages. The top 10 will get points, and it's the F1 points. So first place gets 25. The maximum you can get without any additional bonuses is 200, getting first place in the tournament plus first place on each of the 4 stages. That will never happen. You can also get side tournaments from, you can also get championship points from the side tournaments, and there could also be additional ways to earn bonus championship points throughout the season. We're not doing fruits again. I liked the fruits, but they didn't work how I wanted them to. And as mentioned, for the 3rd straight even-numbered season, we will be having twists, which can modify the competitions, make it easier, maybe make it harder, who knows. Maybe it will give the competitors additional prizes, maybe it'll punish the competitors. We won't know until it's revealed. I mean, I will know, obviously, because I make them. You will not know until I tell you what they are. And as always, first episode, played without any twists, completely vanilla, except for enhancements, which I do not consider a twist. Yeah. What I said. And now, friends, it is time for everybody's favorite Curse of Casual. Yeah. Metal Man. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's a super bonus round. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are once again going to introduce the top 25 competitors to you based on the next update. It's not coming out tonight, by the way. I still have stuff to do. I forgot to mention this off the top, but I'm hoping Monday for when all of this will release, because I still have some stuff to do over the weekend. In a 3-way tie for 25th, we have 2 A&W finalists, Hans Hertz and Nax Garemore, as well as a rising star from Canada, Loic Fortier. If you have not seen Loic, he has been lighting up NSC lately. I'm pretty sure I heard he won a big competition recently. None of these 3 were ranked in the top 25 last time, so they have bumped their spots up. I can tell you Loic Fortier is the highest rated Canadian, and I also could not find a picture of him on the internet. In 24th place, Max Feinberg jumping up a lot. I will tell you that, I mean, obviously, Max Feinberg, cool guy and very good at Ninja, but he really has broken out this TNA season, which I've really heavily based stuff on. We can see 4-time A&W finalist. He beat a really tough grip course at Ninja Intensity, I think multiple times. So he's really impressed me and has bumped up like 20-something spots on the leaderboard. Matthias Norell finds his way onto the top 25 this time. Surprisingly was not on the top 25 last time, but he was like 27th or something. But he is into the top 25. And I accidentally listed him as United States. Oops. You guys know who he is. Luke Beckstrain, we're going to be seeing his brother Kai later in this countdown, but he was the top rookie of A&W 16. He won an NSC a couple weeks ago, so he's been lighting stuff up, and I'm sure will be lighting up the NSC Championship this weekend, which just occurred to me. I'm probably going to need to update stats based on, so these results, these rankings are subject to change. But these are the official ones based on what I currently have. Number 21, Yoshi finding his way up there. I think with Hanzo coming up, he's really going to have his chance to shine. And so he was like 20. I think he might have actually been the first one out last time. So he has found his way in this time. Clement Gravier and Elian Sharif, both winners of Ninja Warrior France. Well, both total victory earners in Ninja Warrior France. Obviously, Ilion got sniped by Clement in 2022, but Ilion has definitely shown himself to be maybe the stronger competitor in the years since, not least making it to the Vertical Limit Burst in Sasuke 42. He did bump down 4 spots through no fault of his own, just got bumped up, or got vaulted by some other competitors who've been lighting up the scene lately. Same kind of story for Tatsuya Tada and Isaiah Thomas, who have bumped down from their respective 13th and 12th last time to 18th and 17th this time. But we do see Sam Folsom making his way into the top 25 for the first time, so that's exciting. He is the captain of the Barn Burners, which, I put here. They are very OP. So, yeah, it made sense for Sam to be in the top 25 this time, and he definitely got a big upgrade. Vance Walker getting bumped down 1 spot, but moving up heavily is Gavin Obi. From 20th to 14th, continuing to light up NSCs, and has just been so cracked on grip strength. Really kind of underrated his grip last time. Sam kind of goes for Renee Castley after thinking about it a little more. His finger strength was just so low after his difficulties with cliffhangers that, his, just overall upper body stats just got knocked down a little too low, and after looking over it again, I'm like, they should be a little higher. So I bumped them up I bumped them up a little bit, and that ended up putting him in 13th. Moving on to the top 10, just before that is Asa Reynolds. We saw Asa captain the TNA Nuggets to victory back in Tampa, and he definitely showed his stuff there, so he impressed me enough to move up from 16th to 12th. Caleb Bergstrom bopping down 4 spots. I will say, that area was so close together that I think I might have knocked one stat down 1 point, and that made the difference. Ryosuke Miyaoka maintaining his spot as the gatekeeper to the top 10. He is not from the United States. You do not have to tell me. It was only, unless it was when he was... Oh. Yeah, you're right. Only once. I'm thinking of somebody else. Porter's the captain. Look, I don't know who's the captain and who's not. He looks like a gatekeeper in that image. Yeah, you're right. It's pretty badass. In 9th place, moving up 2 spots after some strong performances in both NSC and TNA, is Jake McClintock. He currently finds himself 3rd in the NSC rankings, which is impressive. Caden Lemsack moving down 4 spots. His aliens did win in TNA Denver, so that's kind of disrespectful that he jumped down that much. I don't know how that happened off the top of my head. Jackson Erdos bumping up from 9th to 7th, leapfrogging Caden after some strong comp performances. See, there's Gavin. Tom fell out. No, Tom wasn't in the top 25 last time. No, he's 30th or something. I have no idea. Tyler Smith, after some strong performances as well from him, obviously the 2023 champion, beat the 3rd stage in 2024 in Strongest Ninja. Super strong ninja, obviously, and so he bumped his way up to 6th. Noah Munier standing strong in 5th, but the biggest surprise I think you guys are going to see tonight, Jay Lewis, the number 1 ninja, has fell to 4th. Didn't have a great TNA showing, and frankly, after watching a lot of Omega and Sasuke Prime from Calum, Jay Lewis is just way too OP. So he did not get knocked down quite a few pegs, and I think we're going to see a lot more variability in this update. I will say, of the top 3, I'm pretty sure they're separated by 0.1%. So these ratings are much closer together than last time. And those top 3... Number 1, Alex Firm. He's pretty much the main character of Omega, yeah. Wizzy saying fill number 1 trust, and Wizzy is correct. Kai Bextrin maintaining his spot in 3rd. I'm going to level with you. I do not watch NSC, so I have no idea what he is currently up to. Yusuke Morimoto in second. There's no reason for me to knock his stats down any. I might have actually knocked his stats down 1 or 2 points. I don't remember. But number one, vaulting from 6th to 1st after some incredible performances of late. Phil Folsom, number one in the NFC rankings, number one on these rankings as well. Yes, I know I put United States for Yusuke Morimoto. I'm trying to manifest him actually coming to gyms. And obviously we're going to have some debate, but you know what? I like that. I like that we have a little bit of debate. You know, these rankings make Jera's close. I don't know how close he is. I'm not going to reveal any rankings beyond the top 25 this time. I have mentioned like a couple of people who are close. And obviously, you know, some of you guys are going to disagree with these rankings. But, you know, it's fun. It's debate. It lets you know, like, who's actually good in the game. And then I don't have to hear, like, oh, you know, Giga Nerf or Giga Buff so-and-so. And it's like, they're already, like, the 3rd or 4th strongest competitor in the game. How much do you want me to buff them after you ran the game twice? Like, that kind of thing. And obviously, I mentioned these competitors are so close together this update. Like, I think the difference between 1st and 25th last time is the difference between, like, 1st and 100th this time. Like, something crazy like that. Yeah, I don't know who's on what team. Ilion is down a couple points. I just closed out. I think I'm still screen sharing. Ilion is now 19th. He went down 4 spots, but I don't think I actually nerfed him. But that is the Ninja Machine Direct. Sam Folsom is 16th. He was not previously in the top 25, got a big upgrade. So if you have Sam Folsom in your leagues, congratulations. Things are going to be a lot better for you this time. That is the end of the Ninja Machine Direct. I'm going to end the recording.